Greetings and welcome to another episode of Let's Play
Yet another sin for you to spend, Underlord.
War for the Overworld. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder how much commentating I will be able to do during this Let's Play, since Man in the Chaos is insisting on telling me what is happening, although mostly during the tutorial levels. Once he's done explaining everything to us, he'll give us a little bit more leeway. For now, however, let's focus on getting more stuff and the prophecy spell.
Unlocked.
Right.
You'll still need a slaughter pen in order to keep your tavern stocked. But in a pinch, you can always drop some alternative meat into the grinder.
Yeah.
Rooms will only attract a certain number of minions before becoming full. In order to attract more, you'll need to expand them.
So let's do that. We don't need massive rooms just yet. But
Nothing in this
rooms
life is
that are big
free,
enough.
Underlord, and you'll regularly need to pay your minions for their hard work. Be sure to keep an eye on your reserves, for if you've not enough gold for their wages, they'll be swift to find gainful employment elsewhere. Fortunately, your minions will return some of their earnings by buying meals within your own tavern. What a delicious arrangement.
Yeah, and for most of the campaign, you'll be setting up rooms in a similar fashion. Either 3x3 or 3x5, or any variation of odd-numbered rooms. It really can go on like that.
Scouts, go find what the hell's making all that racket.
Rally your minions to defeat these scouts once they breach your dungeon. Let's keep Sir Roussimoff in the dark a little while longer. You should try using the lightning and heal spells to assist your minions in combat.
Alright, so here come the heroes.
The health of minions is represented by petals surrounding their unit shield. Once no petals remain, a creature will fall unconscious and soon die, unless returned to its lair to recover.
Yeah, lightning spell is quite useful,
Your vaults
although you'll
cannot
always
store
run out
any
of
more
mana.
gold. To have your minions ignore rally flags and remain focused on their current objectives, you can assign them to the Peace Band.
They should be back by now. Ugh. Bar the doors. We wait for reinforcements.
Look how easily your minions cut down these sappers. If I didn't know better, I'd say the Empire is woefully unprepared. Once minions are rested, you can leave them to their work or force them to train by dropping them in a barracks. You've got another sin to use, Underlord.
Yeah, unfortunately there are no more sins to be unlocked. Now, I might as well square eyes some of these rooms. Most default room sizes are 5x5, which will give them the maximum amount of effectiveness for the smallest size you can get of the big rooms. Anything beyond that requires a more Tetris block configuration, depending on which room you have and how effective you want it to be. Of course, if you want your rooms to be really effective, you need all the walls to be reinforced.
If you don't want to do something, you could at least vocalize it, Underlord.
Well, I'm just waiting for this artifact. But indeed, I have passed the achievement level, or achievement time. And I'm just waiting for my minions to train up a bit.
You've identified an artifact of gold.
Neat. Oh.
Your coffers have been filled with additional gold.
Right, well that's enough time I'm wasting. Let's go summon our minions. And take down Lord Roussimoff and the Inhibitor. We should have enough minions for that. Yeah, 5 of each. We are at 17% of minions that can be summoned. So we have some room to go. Now there is a limit to how much...
If any of your minions fall in combat, your workers will attempt to rescue them and return them to their lair, where they may rest and recover.
There is a limit to how many units can be summoned by a size room.
Steel yourselves, lads.
Most 5x5 rooms are able to attract 4 creatures of that type that usually would come to that room. Alright, let's go blow up the doors. So my workers can claim these rooms. Now I can't use lightning in this room because it's not mine, but I can heal my minions. And now I can use lightning in this room because it's mine.
One of your minions has been stabbed in the back.
Alright, let's move in forward. I also like the aesthetic of this game. It's very pretty. The game's overall design is very straightforward, straight-laced. And that while there are jokes, so to speak, in the game, for the most part, it's played straight. Which, you know, is similar to how the original Dungeon Keeper used to do it. I mean, there were in-jokes in there as well, but for the most part, they were being serious about conquering all the heroes. And I do like that. They're being very consistent in that. The expansion is a little bit less serious in that regard, but still a great deal of fun. Alright, let's go and attack Lord Roussimoff. None of my minions need healing. That's fine. Now, Lord Roussimoff is a pushover. He's got barely any armor, and the armor he has we can strike right through, and then he dies almost instantly.
The light is gone. Kira, I am extinguished.
It seems almost charitable to put him out of his misery. Well done, Underlord. You're learning much faster this time.
How many times have I been banished to the ether?
We've barely even started, and you already have a notch on your belt. Well done, Underlord. But there's no rest for the wicked. 2 inhibitors still stand between us and the mainland. But after your butchery of poor Lord Roussimoff, I doubt they'll be as weakly defended.
Oh, I should hope not. That would make this game far too easy. Right, so on to level 3.
You're making great progress, Underlord. You'll be back to your old self in no time. Our next target is the citadel of the intransigent Dotard, Lord O'Sealand. He's a dim-witted sort, and he seems to like marching his troops into an early grave. I'd say it's time to learn about traps.
Indeed. Some lovely traps.
Welcome to the breach, Underlord. This stronghold was built into this chasm to safekeep one of the Empire's inhibitors. With its trained garrison, it's virtually impervious to attack. Fortunately for you, their commander, Lord O'Theland, is a vacuous sort who will throw his troops at your dungeon without strategy or order. I can think of no better time for you to learn how to build defenses for your dungeon. But to do this, you'll first need a foundry. Foundry, unlocked. Open the veins of evil and unlock it now. Build one now and your minions will be happy to create defenses for your dungeon.
Right. Let's get a little bit of extra gold going and claim all the land.
To plan your dungeon, why not use the prophecy spell to clear the fog of war and scout the surrounding terrain? You have discovered a gateway. Build a larger vault, Underlord. If you're short on workers to do your bidding, cast the Summon Worker spell to create more. However, every worker after your first 5 will lock a portion of mana. If you end up with an excess of workers locking your mana pool, you may dismiss them by dropping them onto your dungeon core. It's all right. They won't feel a thing. A Chunder has entered your dungeon. Attracted by the foundry, this gassy creature will joyfully launch the fetid contents of its stomach to attack. Your other minions would do well to stay a few steps back.
I also do like that Mendakar speaks in rhyme, for the most part. Which is a nice touch.
Your
Right.
minions' needs are not being met, Underlord. Build them the basic rooms they require.
I shall endeavor
A new
to do
sin
so.
is available to you. Open the veins of evil and unlock the Blade Lotus. Blade Lotus unlocked. Your workers can be a mindless bunch and will continue to claim territory until you command them otherwise. Use Impasse to create banners and limit their movements. Impasse has 2 modes. One to stop your workers from traveling over the marked area, and another that will let them travel over the tiles but will prevent them from claiming them. To dismiss an Impasse flag, simply give it a slap. You can also right-click the Impasse icon to dismiss all such flags. You've claimed a perception shrine. You'll need an archive and cultists in order to research that artifact. You've discovered a gold shrine. You've discovered a gold shrine. Tagging it will allow your workers to mine unlimited wealth for your dungeon. If your coffers are full, or if you're afraid of how wealth might change you, you can always untag it with a second click.
Right, so let's see if we can create enough space to build what I need.
A cultist has entered your dungeon.
Now this level is a little bit tricky in that you can't, that there's lots of space you can't readily access. And that you're being forced into building suboptimal rooms. Which can be annoying, but think of it as another challenge. And I think something in the scripting got broken. Because the game should be telling me about the Blade Lotus. But it is not. Oh well, I guess some things just cannot always be fixed.
You've claimed a gold shrine.
For the moment, let's focus on getting enough creatures going. Add as efficient of rooms as we can build.
Your vault is emptier than your head.
Oh, that's not a very nice thing to say. Alright, let's claim all the paths so that we can properly defend once we get there. And set up an impasse.
You've gained an additional
here. An impasse here. And another one over there. Right, and I want a vault over near the gold shrine.
You've identified an artifact of joy.
There, that should keep my minions happy for now.
You've discovered a perception shrine.
Now it's time to start setting up traps.
You've gained an additional sin. You've claimed a perception shrine.
Alright, we have 13% of minions attracted.
Blade Lotus complete. Splendidly done, Underlord. But see how some of your mana has been locked away. These defenses require a small portion of your mana in order to function. You will regain this locked mana when the defense is destroyed or sold. Many of the defenses you build can be toggled between two distinct modes, each with their own effects. Toggle the Blade Lotus by clicking it now. The Blade Lotus can be dropped into a hidden mode, which allows enemies to unknowingly pass over it. The perfect trap for retreating foes. Now click the Blade Lotus again to reactivate it. When active, the Blade Lotus will carve your enemies down to size, unless you're fighting those stinking dwarves, who will end up pint-sized. Due to its small size, the Blade Lotus is most effective in tight corridors. For a bit more firepower and range, you should consider the Bombard. This defense will launch flaming iron balls at any foe that mistakenly wanders too close, swiftly turning their bodies into broken vessels of blooded mash. Select the Bombard and build it upon one of the flashing tiles to the east of your dungeon core.
I dig a little faster because I need all the gold.
Bombard complete. The Bombard can be placed into overdrive mode by clicking it, which will increase the speed at which it fires. However, each attack while in overdrive will damage the defense. Now that you have some offense, you should wall off your dungeon core to prevent your enemies from sneaking in and destroying it. Build a wooden door upon the flashing tile. The wooden door will slow the advance of your enemy for a short time. However, it can also be used to prevent your minions from wandering into haunted corridors or private baths. Your coffers have been filled with additional gold. The wooden door can be toggled open and closed with a click. While closed, no minions may pass through unless the door is opened, destroyed, or sold. Time to pay your minions, Underlord, for all their hard work.
But we'll have to
Should you
continue.
wish to speed up the construction of your defenses, you can pick up defense parts from your foundry and drop them directly onto blueprints.
Yeah,
Bombard complete.
I can do that, but we'll do more of that
Caught
next
on
time.
quick, Underlord. Now put your murderous new talents to work.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that the insipid Lord will soon learn of your presence and send his troops forth to die by your hand. In the meantime, you should continue to build defenses to protect your dungeon, adding any additional rooms you desire to diversify your army and improve your chances of survival.
Are you done? Yeah. Alright. We'll continue this next time. Thank you for watching.